Hello, voiceover bee here. Sorry I wasn't able to get a video out last Friday. My stomach was just like constantly in pain for some reason, but honestly I just have my phone to blame because I would have had the entire video filmed and ready to edit if my phone hadn't run out of storage halfway through the video. I also lost half of the footage that I did get to that, so that sucked. Although it did push me to give filming with my camera another try, and luckily I got the video filmed and it's up now. I decided I'd just post 2 videos today since neither of them are really bonus video material, and it gave me some extra time to edit both of them. So I also decided to give the camera another try in an indoor setting, recording my sketchbook spread, and I know, it still looks like doo-doo, but I feel like it looks a little bit better than the last time I recorded a sketchbook spread with it, the spread for New Year's, so I think I'm figuring out what settings I need to be using. I'll try to do more experiments with them and stuff, but so far I'm learning that the camera records great in sunny outdoor settings and quite bad in dimly lit indoor settings, which is somewhat to be expected, but I'll make it work somehow. I've been playing a lot of Risk of Rain 2 with my boyfriend and some friends, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. The game is so beautiful, the maps are all so unique and magical looking, and don't even get me started on the character and enemy designs. Oh my gosh, especially the enemy designs, they're so cool. They've really inspired me to practice conjuring up some creatures of my own, so I decided to dedicate this spread to coming up with monsters off the top of my head, so I didn't use any references for these. I learned that the easiest way to do this is to start off with one key feature and then just start adding things onto it, and because they're just monsters, they don't really have to make any sense, so if I wanted to make a half-human, half-scary bird-rabbit hybrid with sharp teeth, then I can. Like, for a lot of these I just started off with an eye or a mouth and added wings or a neck to it, and they still turned out pretty great, so I'm satisfied with the amalgamation of cute horrors that I summoned. I like to imagine that I'm also a character in my OC universe, except that I'm not really part of the story. I'm just some, like, all-powerful wizard off in space that's controlling the whole thing, and I literally conjure these creatures into existence. I'm, like, sat around a cauldron, dropping teeth and leaves into a bowl of bubbling purple liquid, and then poof, there's a flying mouth creature. I always like connecting things in my universe. I feel like I'm building a world that I could someday turn into a video game. Anyway, Risk of Rain 2 is really fun. I've been mostly playing Acrid and Artificer. They're my favorites. I really like Acrid's design. He's like a pink and green bipedal lizard almost, but like not quite. He just looks really cool, and honestly, I would not be mad if one day I woke up and looked like him. I feel like all my worries and insecurities would just melt away because I'd be so far gone from looking human that human beauty standards just wouldn't affect me anymore. I would be free to roam the jungle and spit poison at things. I don't know, I just think that'd be really fun. Despite all of this though, I've actually been playing a lot of Artificer. People say she's like one of the worst in the game, and of course, me being stubborn, I wanted to get really good at her just despite the people that say that. I'm not there yet, but I'm determined to be one day. So I can hope. Sometimes I have a really hard time completing spreads like these fairly quickly, but this one actually only took me about an hour, and I think it's because I really limited my color palette. I only used a pack of pastel mild liners, neon Staedtler fine liners, and 4 different colors of Papermate Inkjoy pens. And maybe this does sound like a lot, but most of these colors are the same. They're just different shades of the color, and because the colors are so limited, layering them on top of each other to create new ones or blending 2 colors together was really fun. Although kind of risky because the paper in the sketchbook is not the greatest, although it did hold up surprisingly well. It didn't get totally destroyed after layering 3 different highlighter pens and a fine liner layer on top of it, and it didn't bleed through at all, so the paper isn't the greatest, but it's definitely not bad either. This is just one of the Michaels brand Artist Loft sketchbooks that they sell for like $4.99, and they're honestly some of my favorite sketchbooks. This is the first one I've gotten in this size, but I've had 2 other ones in a larger size that I always used water-based markers on, and they're really good for that. Alcohol markers still bleed through, but the water-based ones can be layered a fair amount before you see anything on the other side. I also really like them because they're really cheap, so I don't feel bad about using the paper. You know, the usual sketchbook artist dilemma about their fancy sketchbooks. I think looking at these creatures, you can tell that I was somewhat inspired by Risk of Rain, especially the one-eyed stone guy in the lower right corner. He looks like a straight rip-off from the game, but what can I say? Steal like an artist, create like an artist. I think that's all I have to say for this video, so just sit back and enjoy the rest of the sketching, and I'll tune back in at the end to say goodbye. So you've made it to the end. I hope you enjoyed this video, despite the poopy quality. If you'd like to see something with less poopy quality, go check out the other video that I posted today, where I share some things I learned in my astronomy class while making a necklace modeled after our solar system. And if you've made it this far, I'm curious, do you watch me for my jewelry, art, or crochet content? Or some other content that I do? Or just all of it? I just want to get an idea of what I should be making more of, and my comments are always open to video suggestions. You ask and you shall receive. That's what this channel tries to live by. Anyway, go check out that other video if you're interested, and I hope you're staying hydrated and healthy and creative and safe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!